What's up everyone, this is FP Sticks, and in today's video I'm going to be bringing you the battles that led up to me hitting expert rank, which I guess is technically rank 23 in Go Battle League. I had kind of a hot streak yesterday. I went 5-0 and then 3-2, and then pretty much called it a day after that because I gained like 80 points or so and calibrated at 2756 I believe. And so kind of a shorter video today, but I just wanted to show you those battles leading up to hitting expert. I'm still running the team of Obstagoon, Drifblim, and Charizard, but I have put wing attack on my Charizard now, and it gives me a little bit more coverage against the fighters, as well as I'm still able to beat the Charmers with it as opposed to running Dragon Breath, and I'm actually still able to handle the dragons decently with wing attack as well. So let's get right into these battles. Alright, so getting into these battles here, Obstagoon lead has still been proving to work out pretty well. I'm still using this XL Drifblim of being level 42.5, and then Charizard with wing attack was really nice against some fighters that I ran into, still hitting neutral against Charmers, as well as now hitting neutral against Dragon types as well, like I kind of mentioned in the intro. But here we can see Obstagoon against Skarmory. And at this point, I'm like, all right, there's no way they Brave Bird me here. No one Brave Birds on the first move. And they Brave Birded me, which was so bad. So then they instantly switch into Machamp to try to counter me down and deny my energy. Luckily, I'm fairly fast to the swap with Charizard. I get baited here with Cross Chop, which is very bad. Obviously, Rock Slide is going to one-shot the Charizard because it's double super effective. I'm just going straight Dragon Claw here, but am building up to the Blast Burn energy to try to bluff that. I really want to maintain alignment here, or keep some health on my Charizard, because whatever's in the back, this moveset of Dragon Claw and Blast Burn, I'm at least going to be able to hit for some neutral damage on whatever comes in. So I'm out of shields, but I have alignment. Yikes, there's the Swampert. So I'm just going to go straight Blast Burn here and see what they want to do. Their Skarmory does not have a move loaded. They threw a Brave Bird and then dipped out of there, and I think they only did 8 air slashes in the beginning, so they have 1 residual left of energy. This is a little bit tricky because Shadow Ball does not one-shot the Swampert, so I'm actually able to successfully catch on my Obstagoon here, which is great. There's some wasted energy. And now at this point I am going to go for the Shadow Ball. I was worried that they were going to try to catch on their Skarmory there, but I'm barely out of range of 2 Hydro Cannons KOing me, and this is purely just because this Drifblim is level 42.5. If this was a level 40 Drifblim, you'll see these air slashes are coming through. I need to get this Icy Wind off as soon as possible to not take any more damage here. I know Hydro Cannon is going to be coming through. I get a Hex through right here, which is really good for me. It's going to take 1 more Hex to knock out. I barely survived that Hydro Cannon. Man, XL Drifblim coming in clutch. Very good game. Obstagoon mirror match here. And so it's always a question of, do they have Cross Chop and do I win CMP? I lose CMP here. My Obstagoon is decently rated for Ultra League here. And so I'm just going to go straight Cross Chop. They did throw a Night Slash first, so but you never quite know if they are like mentally baiting you into thinking that they don't have Cross Chop. So at this point I just take a risk. They don't have Cross Chop. Even though I win the lead here, we're gonna have to see how good this actually is, because I know they're gonna be able to farm down with a Chandelure. This is not great. 2 Incinerates worth of energy already. That's 40 energy head start. So this is a little bit scary here. I'm going to bring in Charizard because I can tank these Incinerates a little bit easier. I know I'm going to get Shadow Balled though. So I do shield this up. And then I'm going to go for the Dragon Claw here. I was really hoping that this would KO. But it gets shielded. So I'm going to throw this Dragon Claw right here because they're pretty much right at another energy. And I'm pretty sure Chandelure would win CMP. but because Wing Attack, as you can see, is a 2-turn move versus Incinerate being a 5-turn move, I was able to throw 2 Wing Attacks and throw my charge move before they could throw a charge move. They have their own Drifblim in the back, and taking a look at the CPs there, mine is a higher level, so I know that I'm going to win CMP. And they go straight for Icy Wind, so I overfarmed just a little bit more, and now I'm going to throw the Shadow Ball, really hoping that this is going to KO even though my attack has been dropped here. Just enough to KO. Out comes the Chandelure, and I'm able to hex it down before the Incinerate registers. Very good game there. Obstagoon mirror match once again, so we'll have to see whether or not they have cross chop, and we'll have to see whether or not I'm able to win CMP. It's also okay if I lose this matchup here because I can farm down with Charizard, which is pretty nice, which I think is actually what ends up happening in this match. We'll see here. They threw the cross chop right away, so they are not bluffing anything. They're just going for it. Oh yeah, this is hilarious. I tried to catch a cross chop on my Drifblim, and they tried to catch a cross chop on their Shadow Machamp. We both had the same mindset. Pretty funny there. So I just went straight for the Icy Wind, just to guarantee that this Rock Slide would not one-shot me. They fail a bait here, which is very good for me. And then this is pretty much going to be the Rock Slide here because they have enough energy for it. But because of that Icy Wind debuff, I'm able to survive. Really good for me. I overfarm just a little bit more here. And then we'll see what they want to do. They most likely bring in Obstagoon. And I just need to Icy Wind it to get out of here. So out comes the Obstagoon. And at this point, I'm just going to let it go and go for a really nice hefty farm with my Charizard. Yeah, because I think I want to save this energy on my Obstagoon. I want to save that move on my Obstagoon because I know I do have a Cross Chop and a Night Slash stored. It's a freaking Shadow Executor coming out, so this is where Wing Attack is nice. Obviously, Fire Spin would be hitting for super effective damage as well. I switch into my Obstagoon in the middle of the confusion to guarantee that not only is the damage going to register on my Obstagoon, but I'm able to throw this charge move here. And then the game lags. I think their app crashed, but it wouldn't have mattered anyways because they were out of shields, and the Night Slash is able to take them out. And I still have a shield, and looks like they're back, but I'm able to counter down the Obstagoon there. Good game. Alright, I saw some hilarious comments in the previous video that just claiming that all these people that are on the top of the leaderboard or all these people that are really successful in Go Battle League, oh, they're just lucky. This game doesn't require any skill, it's just luck. I find that comment to be absolutely hilarious. Yes, sometimes you win based on team comp, but you also lose based on team comp. Here's an example right here. I get hard countered completely throughout this match. And so unfortunately there's nothing that I can do here. Because the lead was absolutely horrible, and then my Drifblim was hard countered with this Ampharos. I was hoping that maybe Ampharos was their only like Charizard counter, and Drifblim was able to bait it out. I'm not even able to farm down. They're able to survive with like 1 HP, which is really bad. Luckily, it's just another Thunder Punch. I switch in my Charizard to get a jump start on energy, and they have a Swampert in the back. So at this point, I concede the match. Just because they have absolutely proper alignment on all of my Pokemon, and unfortunately there's pretty much nothing I can do. So good games to my opponent. Sometimes you win based on that, sometimes you lose based on that, but it's a lot of these games in the middle that require a lot of finesse and skill to be able to pull out a win here. So favorable lead for me. They switch in Blaziken, which is kind of exciting. If this is a Brave Bird, it's really going to hurt. So I'm actually going to commit a shield, and then I maximize my energy gains with my Drifblim here. I overfarm. Ideally, I don't want to get hit by any move from this Blaziken, so I just throw the Shadow Ball. They let it go down. If the Abomasnow comes out, I still have a very healthy Drifblim, and Shadow Ball is going to do a nice chunk of damage. If I can even get off an Icy Wind debuff on this before going down, that would be amazing as well. Running Wing Attack on my Charizard, I'm still going to hit for super effective on the Abomasnow, but not double super effective like Fire Spin would be, so I do need to be mindful of that. I'm just going for the Icy Wind at this point because this will most likely force them to switch out once I bring in my Obstagoon again. Because any energy they throw at that point is kind of wasted energy because of the debuff, so I'm just keeping my eye on the switch clock. There's the Togekiss, And this is where I'm really glad that I'm running Wing Attack instead of like Dragon Breath. Obviously Fire Spin, this would be good as well. But I can just go straight Blast Burn here. Now what I do here, I know it takes 8 charms to get to a Ancient Power. So I'm going to farm up as much as I possibly can here. As much as I possibly can, because I want to threaten a Blast Burn on the Abomasnow and force the Abomasnow to throw energy. So even though I have the Dragon Claw stored here, I don't throw it, because if I were to throw it and they didn't throw, that would actually allow them to farm me down. By threatening the Blast Burn, this forced them to dump their energy, and guaranteed that my Obstagoon wouldn't have to take as much damage from this Abomasnow. So pretty heads up there. Energy Ball, I'm able to survive it and counter down the Abomasnow. The Blaziken Safe Swap definitely took me by surprise. Alright, terrible lead, but I do have 2 counters to this in the back. I'm going to use the Drifblim Safe Swap. It's met with a Clefable. And, okay, here's my first mistake. I should have actually thrown Icy Wind immediately. Like right when I got it. Because they're not going to shield this first one, even if it was a Shadow Ball. And by getting that debuff off a little bit sooner, it might possibly allow me to get to another charge move by dropping that charm damage a little bit earlier. So at this point, I see that I'm receiving the energy for that Hex, and I know that I'm out of Shadow Ball, which is why I commit my shield here. If they let the Shadow Ball go through, it should be just enough to KO the Togekiss, and I can regain switch advantage, which is what I really want. But alright, we know what the play is now. Crazy farm with Charizard here. I will shield once, but I'm fully committed to farming this all the way down. Charizard with 100 energy loaded, it doesn't matter what's in the back. This thing is just going to nuke whatever is in the back. I know Toxicroak is back there, so I'm able to farm it all the way down. Out comes Empoleon, totally fine by me. I am worried that they might try to do a possible sack swap, so I think I throw one more Wing Attack before throwing another Blast Burn. Yep, this just guarantees that in case they swapped right there in the middle of my back-to-back, I didn't dump energy on the Toxicroak too soon. Out comes the Toxicroak, and I actually do a huge mistake here. I was trying to catch a Mud Bomb, thinking that they were going to throw immediately, but very good play to my opponent holding onto the energy. Yeah, the end of this match is kind of wild. I throw the Night Slash, which does some nice chip damage. I get farmed, and then at this point, I'm thinking that I needed to get to Blast Burn, but nope, Dragon Claw would have been enough, and stupid me, I overfarm, I don't get there, and I actually throw this game. That definitely could have been a win. Almost was able to come back from that Toxicroak lead, but I threw it right at the end there, unfortunately. Alright, really bad lead from me again, so I'm going to use the Drifblim Safe Swap here. And it's met with an Ampharos that they swap very quickly in on me, which is not great. They even get a free Volt Switch through right there, which is also not good for me. But they do commit an early shield. So at this point, I'm thinking that maybe double shielded Charizard in the back will just sweep their back line. That's pretty much my thought process here, because I'm in a tricky scenario. I do not have alignment. I do have a shield advantage though, so I'm going to have to try to capitalize on this. I just have to hope that this is not a Focus Blast. If it's a Focus Blast, I'm so screwed. It's only a Thunder Punch, that's good for me. I really need this Ampharos gone. They get another Volt Switch through, which is unfortunate. I get the boost here, which is cool. Really hoping this is a Thunder Punch, but I get Focus Blasted, not good. Have to bring out Charizard here. I do not want to get hit by a move from this Ampharos, so I'm just going to throw this Dragon Claw and see what they want to do. I'm anticipating a Swampert in the back. What's in the back? What's in the back? They bring out Escavalier again. So in my head, I'm wondering, is there a Venusaur in the back? Which means that I need to maximize my energy here and be kind of mindful of a swap. The fast moves from Escavalier are not too threatening, and I just want to make sure that I have loaded energy for whatever could potentially be in the back. They shield up the Blast Burn, and there's the Venusaur. So I'm over farming. We get some nice lag there, which is not great, but this Blast Burn is going to be able to one-shot, and then I'm going to be able to get to another Blast Burn against the Escavalier because I over-farmed against the Venusaur. And Charizard literally swept that entire team just by having that shield advantage, and I'm able to come back from that bad lead there. Very good game. I think this is the last battle here. Obstagoon and the Charizard, fairly neutral. It is Dragon Breath, and man, I was very bad with the counts here. I know it takes essentially like 12 Dragon Breaths to get to a Dragon Claw, which is 35 energy. But they seem to keep getting to Blast Burn way sooner than I expected. And it's because I am seeing some Dragon Breaths sneak through while I'm throwing my charge moves, so maybe I'm not accounting for all that extra energy. But this kind of got out of hand. At this point, I thought this was a Dragon Claw again, but I'm going to shield just in case. And there's another Blast Burn. This is actually kind of crazy. So I'm going to throw this Night Slash and see what they want to do. When shields are down, a Charizard with loaded energy really can do a lot of work. Out comes Escavalier. I store a move before getting out of there, and I actually bring in Drifblim here because I can actually tank these moves and these counters way better than Charizard. So this energy management with my Drifblim here is really, really nice. I know Shadow Ball would KO from this range, so I'm going to go for a really cheeky undercharge here that's going to allow me to hex down this Escavalier and leave with as much energy as possible. So I'm in a very favorable scenario here. I'm able to hex it all the way down. Charizard does not have a Blast Burn stored. It's an Empoleon in the back, so double Shadow Ball is just going to be able to take care of this thing because I had such a huge energy advantage. So the overfarm on the Escavalier was pretty huge. Gonna be able to nuke this, and then I'll be able to clean it up in the back with my team there. And then we should see my MMR go up after this game. Really fun battles, and I really like this team. I might take tomorrow and maybe the next couple of days off from Go Battle League until maybe the leaderboard shows up or more people gain rating, just so my queue times aren't obnoxious. But there it is, able to hit expert. 2756 is what I calibrated at. And thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you appreciate the content. Best of luck out there in Ultra League, and I'll see you all in the next video.